Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you guys who are new, my name is Natalie and I run a stationery shop called Doodlesntea. So around 2 years ago, I filmed a video talking about whether or not you should use Etsy or Shopify to launch your shop. And that video has done really well, so thank you everyone for watching that one. But of course, you know, it's been 2 years and there are a lot of things that have changed. So I've gotten some requests to do an updated version, a 2022 version of that video. So that is what I will be doing today. I also wanted to add one more platform to this video, and that is Big Cartel. I've noticed a lot more shops using Big Cartel to host their shops, so I thought, you know, why not add a third one to this comparison video. I want to give a huge shout out to my shop friends Leia of Mamucat Stationery and Becca of Yukio, because they helped me out with the Big Cartel portion of this video. I will be leaving all of their socials and their shops in the description box for you guys to check out, so don't forget to do that at the end of this video. And timestamps will be in the description box so you guys can skip through to see which platform you're most interested in. But if you want a good comparison, I would suggest watching through this whole video. And if you want more content like this, don't forget to like this video and to subscribe. And now let's get started. So let's talk about Etsy first. I think one of the biggest things that is drawing people to Etsy is that it's such a well-known site and there's so many people that are still shopping on Etsy. So I would suggest starting on Etsy if you're someone who doesn't have an existing social media presence. That way you're able to kind of ride the wave of all the people who originally go to Etsy to get your sales. Another thing for Etsy is that it is essentially free to open your shop, although we'll talk about the many fees later on. And also it's relatively easy to set up your shop. I think the most difficult thing to set up would be shipping, but I think also across all platforms, shipping is probably one of the more difficult things to set up. But if you do need some help with Etsy shipping, I do have a few videos on my channel already talking about that, and I'll leave the whole Etsy playlist in the cards on one of these sides. Another big thing is that Etsy will automatically help you collect and remit your sales taxes, and they'll also help automatically collect the VAT. I believe it was in the beginning of 2021 when the VAT was first introduced. And then I think in the middle of 2021 was when the VAT was applied to all transactions, all sales, no matter how much your sale was. Etsy will take care of all of that for you, so you don't have to set up a taxpayer account, like a tax account for the UK. I don't know the specifics, but I just know that if you needed to set up an account to sell to the UK, it's also very expensive for those of us who don't live there, and it's also a lot of work. So if Etsy will do it for me, I will take it. Now let's talk about the cons for Etsy. One of the biggest being the fees, especially with the newest changes that have been launched in April of 2022. I'm not even going to try and go through all of the fees and how much it costs. I'm gonna leave graphics on the screen for you right now. Feel free to pause and read through it because there are so many fees on Etsy that will add up over time. The only thing I can really help you guys with is that I do have a video on my channel that can help you get some free listings if you haven't actually opened your shop yet. So I will leave that in the cards and the description for you guys to check out, and that is about as much as I can help you with avoiding some of the fees. Etsy also has this star seller program. I don't know if you guys have seen shops with little badges beside their name. That's basically what it is. I'm saying this is a con because for those of us who sell stationery, or any of you guys who are selling products that don't actually cost that much, it's really difficult for us to actually be able to get the star seller badge. Because one of the things that Etsy is trying to push for is for you to mail things out using tracked shipping. Now, I don't know about where you guys are from, but for me in Canada, if I was to mail something to the States, for example, using tracked shipping is already like $7 to $8, which is not realistic, and I don't think anyone would actually pay that if they're getting like a $5 sticker sheet. Etsy says that whether or not you are a star seller will not affect your search ranking, and it's just a badge to show that you're a trustworthy shop. But I don't know if Etsy's going to change that in the future. Another thing about Etsy is because they're such a well-known platform, there are so many stores already out there. It's going to be essentially quite difficult initially, I think, to stand out from the rest. There's also no customization option for your shop, so everyone's shop layout is going to look pretty much the same. Another thing is that you can't auto-post your listings. This was a feature that I really liked about Shopify. I can schedule when my new releases would go up and they would automatically post at the date and the time that I set it. For Etsy, I say that there's a shop release, but every day, like every night before, at 9 p.m., I'm pretty much sitting there already posting it because I know that I will forget if I don't. And the last con about Etsy is that I think at this point we've all seen it. There are probably going to be new rules in the future. There's probably going to be new fees in the future. So whether or not you want to deal with all of that when that comes is up to you. Now let us move on to Shopify and let's talk about the pros of Shopify first. The first thing is that you can customize your store to look however you want. Shopify has a ton of templates already made in their website, both free and paid, that you can choose from, and you're also able to create your own custom domain. Although I will mention that getting your own custom domain is a separate cost that will depend on where you get it from. There are also lesser fees on Shopify. There are no listing fees, which is absolutely amazing. And the transaction fees, I believe, are significantly lower than Etsy. Last time I checked, I believe it was around 3%, and it also depends on which pricing plan you are on as well. You're also able to integrate a lot of apps into your workflow. There are both free and paid options. Something that I did back when I had my Shopify store was that I had an emailing platform, and it would be really good to help notify my buyers about a shop update, sales for joining my email list, just stuff like that to connect with your audience outside of Instagram, YouTube, and all of that. Now for the cons of Shopify, one of which is that there is a monthly fee. The cheapest plan is $29 USD, and it's going to be around $36 Canadian. There are 3 plans in total. The other 2, I think, are for much bigger businesses. This one is the cheapest one. So for someone who's starting out and not really making that many sales, this might actually take up a huge chunk of your earnings. Another thing is that you have to drive all of your traffic to your store yourselves through your social media. So if you're someone who never really had a presence on social media leading up to this, it might be a bit difficult for you initially. Another thing is that Shopify will not collect the VAT for you. The only workaround that I can think of, and that most people that I know who have a Shopify store, is that they do not sell to anywhere outside of Canada and USA, and they keep Etsy open to sell to anywhere else in the world so that Etsy can take care of all the taxes for them. Another thing is that there are a lot of customization options. If you're someone like me that gets overwhelmed with options, then this might be a bit much for you. You will spend a lot of time trying to customize your shop instead of actually launching your shop. So just something to keep in mind. I am that person that plays Sims and spends more time customizing the sim and building the house than actually playing the game. So if you are like me, just fair warning to you about this. And the last platform we'll be talking about is Big Cartel. So let's start with the pros. I'm also going to be looking at my notebook for this because I'm not as familiar with Big Cartel, so I want to make sure that I cover everything that Becca and Leia have kindly sent to me. So the first thing that they said is that Big Cartel is really easy to navigate and set up. And they even said that it's easier to do than on Etsy. And similar with Shopify, they already have a lot of shop templates that you can choose from. You're able to customize colors, the background colors, and make everything unique to how you want your shop to look. They also said that it is quite affordable. You can open a shop for free but you're only able to put 5 listings up. So if this is something you're kind of just wanting to dive into and test out, that could be an option. The next plan is $9.99 USD, which is around $12.60 Canadian. And for that, you can have up to 50 listings. They also have one more plan that is $19.99 USD per month. I don't remember if I mentioned that all these are per month. And that's around $25 Canadian, and you can have up to 500 listings. Again, same with Shopify. I will have the pricing website in the description box for you guys to read more about, because there were a lot of other features that come with each plan. You're able to keep track of your inventory and shop stats, and they're really easy to understand. You're also able to see traffic and to see which products are doing better than others. The only fee that you really have is your transaction fee, which is going through Stripe and or PayPal, depending on which one you choose. You're also able to sell in person. So if you're going to conventions, you can probably connect everything together through Stripe. And you're able to set your own policies, whereas on Etsy, you do have to select your policies based off the pre-created ones on the website. So now the cons for Big Cartel. So one of the things that they said was that you cannot leave reviews on items. So what might happen is that a lot of buyers who are interested in your items might be messaging you for a quality check, or you'd have to find a place to host your own reviews, maybe through Instagram stories when people buy your products. Another thing similar to Shopify is that you're going to have to drive your own traffic to your shop through your socials. Also, there aren't any built-in widgets, which is the complete opposite of Shopify, unless you know how to code them in yourself. There is no blog feature, so you can't post updates. And actually, I believe you can make blog posts on Shopify. I believe that is one of the add-ons. Also, they said that Big Cartel might not be ideal for people who have a very large shop because there is no product search function. Sometimes the app is a bit buggy or slow. And if you place items in the cart and you close the tab or you close the browser, you are not able to retrieve the items in the cart. And the last thing that they mentioned is that there is no account integration. So when people are buying something from your shop, they can't create a customer profile, which will make the whole checkout process a lot easier for them if they're coming back to buy from you again. And with that, that is everything that covers Etsy, Shopify, and Big Cartel. If there's anything that I missed or you guys actually know more about or want to correct me on, don't forget to leave it in the comments to help everyone else. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to like this video and to subscribe to this channel because it will help me out a lot. Once again, a huge shout out to Becca and Leia for helping me out with this video. Also, if you guys want more cute stationery, don't forget to check out their stores. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!